I'm Erin Harrison, coming to you from the 21st IT Expo at the Miami Convention Center. I'm here speaking with John Kelly from Altitude Software. John, thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Erin. Thanks to the TMC staff for doing another great job on IT Expo. We look forward to the show.
Well, thanks for being here. So Altitude UCI is a multifunctional, all-in-one contact center solution, as I understand it. So what do you think will be the hot applications going into 2010?
Well, we've been delivering the unified desktop and multimedia applications for over 15 years, but we think what's going to be really hot this year is that the open source IP telephony platforms has really kind of crossed the chasm, to steal Jeffrey Moore's terms. And we think that it's going to be much more widely deployed in the mission-critical contact centers.
Okay, and what new products and services can we expect from Altitude this year?
Well, we'll continue to evolve our core Altitude UCI suite, but we've been working on our IP telephony platform based on Asterisk, and we've become a premier solutions partner with Digium. And we've about 3 years of development into this thing. We've got about 10,000 seats deployed globally, so we think that we've reached critical mass on that. So we're looking forward to going to the marketplace really strong with that product.
That's very exciting. And Altitude is in some market sectors that are pretty competitive. So how does Altitude differentiate itself?
Well, we have a CTI platform, so we interoperate with a lot of the different platforms, the point solutions, so we're there. We have the unified desktop, but really differentiates our unified desktop application is it's optimized for contact center applications. It's using services-oriented architecture. So once you've built the one-off integration points that you need to do for your customers' requirements, you have templates that are built. You can rapidly deploy new applications, and more importantly, you can change those applications. So if you've gone through an implementation process and you've gone back to the IT organization and said, I want to make a change, you know how problematic that can be. So with our application, it's hours and days of making changes. So it really helps drive the business process compliance and continuous process improvement.
That's excellent. And the current economic climate has created quite a few challenges. How has that affected Altitude in driving sales?
There's no question the economy's been tough. But when we look at our deployments, we're helping to programmatically blend multimedia applications. We're also being able to give agents what they need when they need it. So really it's driving some impressive ROIs just with the product itself. But we've also seen a lot of our customers are now offering hosted services. So now Altitude can be deployed in an OpEx model. And so I think that there's a lot of excitement around there. And then also the being able to come to the market with an open source platform, based on Digium Asterisk, we're pretty excited about that because now you can be deploying this kind of technology with the cost of commodity hardware.
Okay, and Altitude offers an all-in-one contact suite, and there's been an age-old debate about suites versus best of breed. Is there anything new that would challenge these arguments?
Yeah, the argument's been around for a long time, and I think it's interesting. Gartner said that if it's truly a suite, it's based on one set of tools across all the modules, one data schema, and we passed that test. And so I think a lot of the arguments are, maybe not all the suites passed that test. But if you look at it from a practical perspective, if an agent can actually have one look and feel at their desktop, regardless of doing inbound calls, outbound chat, email, SMS, it's really going to help lower your training costs. It's going to help drive first contact resolutions. And more importantly, the agents are going to have the tools that they need to do their job. So hopefully it'll also enhance the employee morale and retention.
Okay. And who is more likely from a customer perspective to select Altitude as a technology partner?
Well, about 30% of our install base are outsourcers, another 30% are financial services, and we have pharmaceuticals, government, utilities, et cetera. But really where we've played well is that companies that have an outdated internally developed application or a vendor solution they can't really maintain anymore, they come to us because we give them the flexibility to do continuous process improvement. And that's something we'll continue to do. And now with the advent of open source technology, of being able to deploy the IP telephony platforms at the cost of commodity hardware, we think that's going to be a big plus.
Okay. And tell me, just before we wrap up, what are you hoping to achieve while you're here at IT Expo this week?
Well, this is my third time coming to the show, and first of all, it's nice to be able to interact with a lot of your former colleagues that you've worked with across the the industry. But really, I think it's an exciting time in the industry, and I'm hopeful that people have been holding back on their budgets, and it's time to start to make those improvements. And we look forward to meeting a lot of new customers.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, John. I've been speaking with Altitude Software's John Kelly. I'm Erin Harrison, coming to you from the Miami Convention Center at IT Expo.